Welcome to Desert Bounty. I'm Perry. In this segment, I'm going to slow it down a little bit. We're going to be going over creating a planting cell. In this case, I'm doing locust, honey locust. And what I have here is some compost, some wood chips, and some biochar. I'll be adding these to the cell. Also, something I did include here was under the juniper. I added some mycelium compost from underneath the trees. So what I'm going to show here is just how I layer these cells. There's no right or wrong way. I try to get some wood chip organic material down in the bottom of the cell. It's pretty rocky and boulders under the ground. Locust, honey locust have a deep taproot, but they also spread out left and right, north and south, east and west, across and underneath the soil. So I created a hole as deep as I could to provide room for that deep taproot. I just collected some sticks and branches and made sure they were dry and cured. You want to make sure that, you're not putting green sticks down in there. I suppose you could, but you want most of it to be dry. And I just put wood chips down first, and I take these sticks, break them up into smaller pieces, and layer them in there. And this is a moisture retention dynamic tactic method practice that I picked up over the years from instituting hugelkultur mound practices in my gardening. And in this really arid, dry climate, what I'm trying to accomplish here is that when moisture does arrive, that it loiters in and around the root base as long as possible without evaporating off or being drawn down into the earth and away from the plant roots. Biochar. Biochar is important. There's not a lot of organic material, and you should really investigate biochar and its benefits to plants, and that'll help you understand why biochar is important. So, wood chips, sticks, biochar, compost. I found a chunk of potato in here, and I was like, oops, naughty, naughty. You don't want to be leaving that in there, or your cell could be overcome by potato plants. And, no big deal. You just harvest the potatoes later, but I'm trying to get honey locust to grow here for a couple reasons. Behind me is the road, and where I'm planting this is a big open spot looking onto the homestead from the road. And this is just a natural living wall. Add more wood chips here onto the cell. Add excavated soil, remove the rock stones, break up the clay clumps. And on top of these basic layers that I have here already, I'm just taking the soil that I dug out, and I'm feeling through the soil for large rocks or obstructions that, can inhibit root growth. And the clay chunks that I did pull out of here toward the bottom of the hole, I'm breaking those up and spreading them out across the layer so when the rain comes, the moisture comes, it soaks down, but doesn't compact like it does here. The layers of the wood chips, biochar, and sticks will all filter down around that real hard, coarse organic material and biochar, but it won't compact to the point where the roots have to struggle to find depth and moisture and do their thing. So this is just a dynamic that I'm adding here that's trying to just give the roots a chance, an airy, loamy environment to grow in. So after I do this, I add another layer of wood chips. So you'll see a system coming here. And basically, there's no right or wrong way to do this as long as you get, just be sensible about how you're layering the soils and the organic material. And over here, I'm demonstrating how I made the top dressing. This is going to be about a 2-inch layer on the top. Over here, where we're making mud clay slip for the gabion walls, we have a pile of fines that we sorted out, digging another zuni bowl right next to here, and also trying to get material for our mud clay mixture to spread on the walls. I have 50% wood chips on the left, and I'm just shoveling in sifted fines. It's got a low clay content. Most of it's the topsoil, and I'm not trying to measure that. I'm just trying to feel the stuff, feel how it feels in my hand. I can tell that, there's very little clay content in here. I'm squishing some of the clay chunks. I'm also looking for rocks and other obstructions that will inhibit root growth, and mix it up thoroughly. You want to blend it up with the wood chips, fine wood chips, not coarse. If coarse wood chips is all you got, well, then I guess it's all you got. Use that. Here I was able to get a load of fine wood chips mulch, and this is working really good for what I'm using it for here. You could also use this as a starter mix for your seedlings. Of course, adding some compost tea, and other organic material, mycelium from underneath the junipers. Before I put this top dressing down, I soaked down the cells in a previous video. You can see I walked around and I put about a half a gallon of water on each one. Thanks for watching.